works on our systems team. He'll be your contact for setting up the API connectivity between your system and our system. He'll lead on that. As you guys have a few questions, I believe, and we probably need to address those more in email because I think there were several. You guys have what we require for the API setup and everything. So I'm just going to turn it over to you, and we can quickly, discuss some of those things, and then we can. I'll include Nasser on the next email, and we can get this integration started.
Okay, basically we want some questions. For example, what transactions are you expecting to have? Like example, 2010, 1990, 2014. Talking about the EDI connection. I know this will be an API connection. Yes, but it's so similar. So I'm talking about if you're expecting to have, for example, tracking updates. Of course, I think. The tenders. Another question will be, what will be the way to get the tenders? Should I make an endpoint for you, or you will send me an EDI file? That kind of questions. Another question will be the endpoints itself. For example, the URL and user and password that we'll be using, and if you have a testing environment, a sandbox. What is the time frame or the schedule to get it done? Talking about the integration, and what is my deadline? And that will be it for the moment.
Yeah, no, good questions, Daniel.
Hello.
Can you see me? My camera, I don't see any feedback on my end. Oh, there's
yeah, we can see you.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, good questions. I think the first thing to keep in mind is this is an API integration. So I know you were using a few EDI, I guess like acronyms or numbers. We don't transmit those anymore. We kind of expect all of our vendors to handle API payloads.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, sweet. I think the best thing to do would be for me to share my screen and just kind of like talk through our Swagger file. You may have received this in the zip file if that was shared with you. If not, I can send it after the meeting.
No, I have the Swagger, and also I have made the client for the Swagger, but there is missing some data. For example, the URLs and the user and password to connect with that client.
Yes. So all of that. There's no URLs and there's no like passwords or username information in this document. It's just really like documentation around the structure of the JSON payloads, and then what each of our APIs do, and then defining each of the fields. And that's all that's in it. The like actual URL information and then the XAPI keys and whatnot, that'll be sent at a later date once we kind of like are full steam ahead on this integration, and that we get the thumbs up from your team that you can like work with the data that's presented here. So you can see in this view that we have 4 APIs. The 2 most important are the booking and tracking. So you'll see that with the book, it's just it says receive bookings from Tesla. So what this means is we expect you to be able to handle any JSON payload that you post to your endpoints. And you can see here there's a sample payload of kind of what to expect with this post.
Okay, give me make a question. Will I receive that payload? I mean, will I receive that JSON? No, not the file. I mean the call, the HTTP call. You will call to my endpoint with that payload. Oh, perfect, perfect. So I will create a service for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I think also in the file you'll see actual samples. So here's like one of the samples that's in the zip file. These are kind of old. I should probably update these now. They're almost 2 years old, but the structure is the exact same. Yeah. And if you have any questions on any of these fields, feel free to let me know and I can answer them. Let's go back to this. Yeah. So that's the booking endpoint. I think it's fairly cut and dry. Luckily, the tracking endpoint is too. This is where you would be sending us tracking updates for our
That
shipments.
is your endpoint, isn't your
Yes.
site, right? I will call HTTP call to you with that endpoint. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
No, exactly. And you would need to send tracking updates using like our standard payload. And I can pull up another example. It'll be easier to read, I think. So here's like a sample tracking payload. A lot of this information doesn't need to be filled in. Like I think most values here can be sent as null, and it wouldn't be problematic.
I just have a question there. What about the location ID? Because I supposed to have a database with the locations, or should I send a null, or what will be there?
Location ID isn't important, and you can actually just send null.
Perfect.
They do come into play if we're working with like milk run shipments, but even then, well, yeah. But I'm not sure if you're running milk run, and if so, we could talk through an implementation plan. If that's the case. But if we're doing single stop shipments, like single pickup, single drop off, then location ID is totally irrelevant, and we can just fill that with null.
Another question, sorry. How often do you want to receive the tracking updates?
I think John, can you answer that? Do you know?
I'm sorry. What was the question again?
How often do you want to receive the questions? The tracking updates. Is it because I have another chat here?
It's all good.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, the milestones.
5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know.
It's pretty often. I would need to find out for sure though. Yeah. Let me get back to you on that one.
And also about the stops. What is my time frame to send you the tracking update as soon the truck pass the geofence or whichever is the land point? You know what I mean? Like you sell me like 5 stops and the truck, let's say, is ready to pick up. I have like how much? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes to send you the information about the truck is there to pick up and then the delivery, for example. Are you managing the information like that, or you just want to see the truck in the way? I mean, do you just want to have the tracking updates, or do you want to have the stops?
Yeah, there's multiple milestones. So let's say you leave Laredo and you're going to California. We're going to get milestones along the way for every, however, whether that's every hour, every minute, every whatever that may be, right?
Okay, it will be like just tracking the trailer.
Exactly. But we're also going to have on the milestone side, on the pickup and delivery, like you're mentioning. On the pickup side, we'll get an en route. You'll get a ride to shipper, loading, loaded and rolling tag. You'll get en route, that kind of thing. And then same thing for delivery. Arrive to consignee. Unloading, the basic milestone points, and then the delivered, which will cap that, and which will send it to invoicing.
Another question, sorry, I have many questions. It's because in the EDI 2014, we have reason codes like normal status or late status, or there is a delay in the trailer. Do you want to have those kind of status or not?
We can accept those, and I think would be useful.
Yeah.
Go ahead, John.
No, exactly. We can accept those, and whatever you can provide, that's great. So we're definitely not going to turn information down.
Basically, we have two status here. We have on time, which is normal status. We have late, which means something has happened with the trailer or with the freight itself. So I need to inform you that you will receive the load late. That will be it in my end. That's okay for you?
As long as it's translated to I guess like our exception codes. So you're bringing up a lot of good points, and there's kind of like a lot to potentially talk about. So I think it'd be good if we could quickly touched upon, how we would handle those kinds of exceptions. So your first question had to do with what like kind of milestones you could send us, and John was kind of discussing how we can handle a bunch of milestones. You'll see them all in the Swagger document under this, all the possible values you could send us are right here, and there's many. There's about like 70 or so different values you could send us. You don't need to send all of these. You can send whatever subset makes the most sense. So like, for example, I think loaded at origin is like a pretty like common milestone, and if you want to send that, that would be something that we would probably want to receive. And even like at destination, actually I'm not seeing that. At destination stuff, so airport, port, rail yard, if you have any of those, or just the at destination by itself as well. So I guess, this portion up here kind of talks about some of the more fundamental milestones.
I got it.
That's all in.
Yeah. So I think booking acknowledged and booking accepted are two that we find important, because these are letting us know that you have both received a booking request and then are also have agreed to move the shipment for us. And then like at origin is pretty important as well. But yeah, again, you would send whatever subset makes the most sense for like your mode and kind of the activities that are going on with the shipment between its origin and destination. And then like unloaded, departed, destination, and delivered are also like really fundamental milestones too that we would expect to receive. That should answer your first question. And then as for like handling delays and whatnot, if you go to the payload, you'll notice that we have what's called an exception field. And in the exception, you would let us know what kind of bad thing might have happened to our shipment. So if I go to this spreadsheet here, we have all kinds of exceptions we can handle. Oh, trying to zoom in, that didn't work. A second. So like, if you want to like let us know for whatever reason why a shipment is being delayed, you can let us know with one of these exceptions. And again, you would send whatever makes the most sense, and that would then inform our users what the issue might be with our shipment. And you would just like take this, for example, and like put it right in here and send it like that. And that would then populate on our systems, letting us know what the issue might be with our shipment. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but feel free to ask any questions, and I'll also like answer any questions over email. And I think a lot of this will get to be more clear as we're testing as well.
I have another question related with a document that is missing in one email that I have. I have the onboarding email.
Yeah.
And I remember there is a mention about a document. Let me get the email. Give me a second.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay. It says. Okay, we are missing the document carrier authentication. Carrier authentication. We don't have that document. Can you please send me that document?
Yeah, no, I can do that. Carrier authentication. What would that be again?
Yeah, that's
in regards. Which API is this in regards to?
It said describe how to use Postman to connect your or invoicing endpoint. Because
yes.
I want to know what kind of data do you want for the invoicing.
Yeah.
Because right now I have to develop something to send you the invoicing, maybe.
Yeah, so the invoicing API, that will probably be one of the last things we onboard, and might be kind of one of the trickier things we do. Yeah, so I'll get all the information to you.
That's perfect because I'm pretty ready to accept the tenders, to send you the confirmation, to send you the tracking updates. I'm pretty ready for that. But about invoicing, I don't have a lot of experience because each customer is different and it's pretty tricky.
Yeah. Now we can go down the Excel billing route for now. I think that's probably a common approach is Excel via email, right? So we can do that for now, just to not slow anything down necessarily. So we'll get booking and tracking up and running as soon as we can. Documents is also very useful.
Okay.
And it's something that you should definitely consider using. It just allows for a very quick and like autonomous way to share documents with us.
Okay, I will do this. If you agree with this, I will do like a payload demo for you and send you the JSONs, and you can check the JSONs and tell me if that is correct, and then we can start the testing. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I will send you our test endpoints for our tracking system, and we can start testing that as soon as you're ready. Yeah, I can get those to you as soon as we hang up. And then, but I will need your booking endpoints pretty soon here, so we can get those set up into our systems.
Yeah, I will prepare those for the end of the week or the first of the next week.
Okay.
This quick.
Sweet, and then I'll run test in Postman. You can let me know if our data's coming in looking good. And yeah, we'll just keep pushing this along.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Well,
Perfect.
we're okay. And I don't know, anyone have any other questions? Let me talk with my team. It will be like in Spanish a little bit. Oigan, otra pregunta que se nos esté ahí pasando. Eduardo, Jorge, tú, niño de oro. Roque, Alberto, ¿me pasa algo? También seguros porque pues ahora sí que esto es como que un silver bullet. Tenemos aquí una oportunidad. Bien seguros. Bueno. Sí, yo creo que, como dice, va a haber nos van a dar chance con la facturación, entonces está bien padre. Va a ser como un bondeless. No sé cuánto. No. Bueno, está bueno. ¿Tú, Eduardo?
Ahorita revisamos esa parte, tú, Daniel.
Sí, está bien. Nomás estaba asegurándome que no se me pelee nada. Está bueno. Well, we are okay, so if you have any question for Forza, if not, we can end the meeting.
All good. Only thing on my side, Eduardo, you got those volumes that I sent over to you, correct?
Yes, I do. I'm working through on that. Okay. Yeah. Thank
great.
you. Thank you again, John, and thank you, Nasser. That's the way. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for this call. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks, Nasser.
Bye-bye. Daniel, háblame, por favor. Bye.